Today, I would like to discuss with you the importance of receiving medical care in your case. Now, I know this sounds pretty obvious, but it is the most important aspect of adding value to your case. My job as your attorney is to make sure that you receive the best settlement in your case as possible. And in order to do that, I need evidence to argue with the insurance company to increase the amount that they are willing to pay you for compensation for your case. So getting medical care really provides a twofold result. First and most importantly, it gets you better. If you want to make sure that you don't have any long-term consequences from your injuries, receiving proper medical care is a must. The second thing that it does is it gives me the evidence that I need to present that claim to the insurance carrier and make sure that you get fairly compensated for the injuries that you suffer. Some of the things the insurance carriers look at when reviewing your medical records are the duration and consistency of your medical care. First off, for the duration, if you only go to the doctors a handful of times, the insurance company will look at that and they'll see, hey, this must not have been that big of a deal because you only followed up with the doctor 3 or 4 times. And since it's not that big of a deal, there's no real impact to your life, so we don't have to pay very much in a settlement. Conversely, if you follow through with an entire course of medical care, the insurance companies can look at that and say, well, this is certainly a big deal. He went to the doctors X number of times and received all of this medical care. The injuries must have been important, and so we have to take this seriously and seriously consider the claim. The second thing that they look at is the consistency of your medical care. So if you go to the doctors a lot, but it's all broken up and you have big gaps in your medical care or you miss a bunch of your appointments, the insurance companies look at that and they say it must not be that important to you because you didn't take it seriously. You were not consistent with your medical care. Conversely, if you attend your appointments and do what your doctors tell you to do, follow their exercise programs and follow generally your doctor's advice, then the insurance companies look at that and recognize the severity of the claim, and you will inevitably get a much better result in your case. So the 3 main steps that I would like you to consider and remember and follow in working with your medical care is to follow your doctor's advice, to let us on your team know if you're not getting better, and third and finally, to do everything you can in your power to return to your pre-accident condition, to return to your normal life. So first, following your doctor's advice, that means attending your appointments. It means following up with any specialists that they send you to. It means following any home exercise programs. If there's stretches or exercises you need to do at home, be sure to do those. That is the way that you will recover from your injuries. And again, it provides us the evidence that we need to present a strong claim. The second thing, let us know if you're not getting better. As I've previously mentioned, it's our policy to touch bases with you at least once every 30 days. And during those conversations, we want to know if you are improving, if your pains are lessening, if you have a better range of motion, if you're feeling more and more yourself. That's important because ultimately you need to get better. And 2, if you're not getting better, then we need to determine whether you need to see a different specialist. One problem that I've seen is that a client might take physical therapy or chiropractic care, for example, and you continue going to the chiropractor for 6 months and you're just still not getting better. Well, that is a huge problem because you should have been seeing a different specialist. If you're not seeing substantive improvement in 3 or 4 months from a certain type of care, that is an indication to me that you're not receiving the care that you need in order to get past your injuries. So after about 3 months, if you're not seeing good improvement, please let us know so that way we can assess what medical care you're receiving and help guide you in the right direction. Now, ultimately, we are not doctors, but we have seen thousands of injured victims just like yourself. And so we have a pretty good idea on the types of medical care that can help patients get past certain injuries. So if you're not getting better, let us know and we can assess and see if there's maybe some sort of specialist that you can get referred to. So number 3 is to do everything you can to return to your normal life. Now, many studies have shown that one of the best ways to recover is to try to get back to your normal activities. Now, you have to kind of balance this because you don't want to jump right back into your normal activities if it's against your doctor's advice. But after you start seeing that improvement and start getting a little bit better, be sure to get back to your hobbies. Be sure to get back to work. The sooner you can do that, not only will it help you get better and stay better, but it will from a litigation perspective, it's just optically better. In my experience, juries award better verdicts to injured accident victims who have tried to move past their injury rather than those who wallow in their injury. So if you can, make sure to get back to work as soon as possible, get back to your hobbies as soon as possible, and then that will show the jury that you're not letting this accident ruin your life, but you're trying to get past it. And in my experience, juries see that in a much more favorable light. So ultimately, those 3 things that you need to do for your medical care is 1, follow your doctor's advice. 2, talk to us if you're not getting better. Usually, 3 or 4 months after starting your medical care, if you're not seeing substantial improvement, make sure to let us know. And then number 3, do everything you possibly can to get back to your normal life. Doing that, if you take care of that side, we'll take care of the legal side, and together we'll obtain stronger results.